When advice took a seat, there were only two voices in the beginning, husband and wife, private jokes, private struggles, private promises. But when the arguments became heavier, they did what many couples do. They talked, not to each other first, but to friends, to a distant relative who had experience, to someone who listened without asking hard questions. At first it felt wise, just getting perspective, just venting. They won't tell anyone, but every conversation placed another voice inside the marriage. A friend said, "If that were me, I wouldn't tolerate that." A relative added, "Our family doesn't live like that." And slowly those voices grew louder than the vows. What should have been resolved between two hearts became a group discussion. Friends took sides. Relatives remembered old mistakes. Advice came wrapped in emotion, not covenant. The couple stopped asking, "How do we fix this together?" and started asking, "Who agrees with me?" And agreement is dangerous when it replaces understanding. Soon every argument came with a chorus. Every disagreement felt justified. Every wound felt validated, but never healed. The friends went home. The relatives returned to their own lives. But the couple stayed, carrying borrowed opinions and secondhand bitterness. And one night, sitting across from each other, they realized something painful. They weren't arguing anymore. They were defending positions handed to them by outsiders. The marriage didn't break because of one big betrayal. It weakened because too many voices were allowed to speak into sacred space. Friends can support, relatives can advise. But when they replace honest conversation, mutual submission, and prayer, they become walls instead of bridges. A gentle reminder. Not every struggle needs an audience. Not every hurt needs a commentator. Some battles are meant to be fought hand in hand, not side by side with a crowd. Protect your marriage, seek counsel wisely, speak carefully, and remember, marriage works best when the loudest voices belong to husband, wife, and God alone.